Hello, welcome to Critical Joke Theory with your host, G.D. Fenderson, Certified Forensic Humorist. Now with new joke technology. Hi, I'm G.D. Fenderson, Certified Forensic Humorist at large, while losing weight. Welcome to Critical Joke Theory, episode 86. Now with new joke technology and open caption for the humor impaired. Comedian Duncan Norvell, known for his trademark catchphrase, "Chase me," has died at the age of 66. His management team paid tribute in a statement saying, quote, "All I can say is Duncan was a comedy genius and British icon ahead of his time who loved show business," close quote. All I can say? Really? That's all I could say because I didn't know him. Surely they could say something else. Was he kind to other comics? Did he make other comics watch him masturbate? Did he like it when strangers walked up to him and say, "Caught you"? He rose to fame on ITV's Saturday Royal variety show, which aired in the early 1980s. He coined the catchphrase "Chase Me" on the hit series before appearing on other shows such as Through the Keyhole. Duncan was seen more recently on a Come Dine With Me special and Pointless Celebrities. His partner Linda also shared a tribute, saying he died from a chest infection and sepsis but was not in any pain. So Duncan was on some serious drugs because sepsis hurts like a mother. Which means if someone gently placed a pillow over his face and... Oh, never mind. Quote, "Duncan passed peacefully with myself and daughter Yasmin. Rest in peace, our comedy legend, so deeply loved and will be so very missed." Close quote. And with that, I move up one more spot in the comedy hierarchy. Rest in peace, Duncan. Chase me? I'd say caught you. Tabla maestro Zakir Hussain, one of the world's most accomplished percussionists, died at a San Francisco hospital on Monday due to complications arising from idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis, a lung disease. He was 73. Hussain was laid to rest in San Francisco on Thursday, family sources said. Where exactly in San Francisco and what time was not immediately known. Sounds like one of those flash mob funerals I've heard so much about. The celebrated musician, one of India's most well-known, I'm sorry, out of curiosity, can you name another one other than Ravi Shankar? I didn't think so. As I was saying, the celebrated musician received 4 Grammy Awards in his career spanning 6 decades, including 3 at the 66th Grammy Awards earlier this year. He was also the recipient of the Padma Shri in 1988, the Padma Bhushan in 2002, and the Padma Vibhushan in 2023. Let's see. Okay. According to my Sanskrit glossary, Padma means lotus, which gives a reflection of power and intellect. Okay, got it. Rest in peace, Zakir. May you find nirvana, and when you do, tell Kurt Cobain hi. Natalie Samantha Rupnow opened fire in the hallways of Abundant Life Christian School, killing herself and 2 others, identified as Ruby Patricia Vergara, 14, and Aaron West, 42. 6 more people were injured. Rupnow's motive for the shooting is still unclear. However, a 20-year-old Carlsbad man, Alexander Pfaffendorf, is accused of plotting a mass shooting at a government building in conjunction with Samantha Rupnow's attack at the Abundant Life Christian School. According to a gun violence restraining order, FBI agents served Alexander Pfaffendorf after discovering Pfaffendorf was in contact with Rupnow and coordinated an attack at a local government building. Pfaffendorf, according to the restraining order, admitted facts to FBI agents that he told Rupnow that he would arm himself with explosives and a gun and that he would target a government building. Rupnow went through with her plans. Pfaffendorf did not follow through. Typical man. Commitment issues. Dominic Pellicotte, 72, and his 50 co-defendants were found guilty of raping his then-wife, Giselle Pellicotte, at his behest. Dominic Pellicotte was found guilty and sentenced to 20 years in prison for drugging his ex-wife, Giselle, raping her, and inviting dozens of men to also abuse her for nearly a decade. Dominic confessed to his crimes in court, admitting, quote, "I am a rapist," close quote. In France, they try their rapists. They do not elect them to be president or consider them for cabinet positions. Vive la France. Dominique was also found guilty of the attempted aggravated rape of the wife of one of the other accused men, Jean-Pierre Marchand, and taking indecent images of his daughter Caroline Durain and his daughters-in-law Aurore and Celine. Jean-Pierre Marchand was found guilty of attempted rape and aggravated rape of his wife, as well as drugging her. The 63-year-old Marchand earlier admitted to following Dominique Pillicotte's lead, drugging his own wife for 5 years, raping her, and inviting Dominique to rape her too. Quote, "I regret my actions. I love my wife," close quote. Marechal earlier said in the court during the trial, adding that he would have never committed the crime if not for Dominique Pillicotte, because he loves his wife. Quote, "If I had not met Monsieur Pellicotte, I would have never committed this act. He was reassuring, like a cousin," close quote, he said in court. He has since said that what he did to his wife was, quote, "atrocious," close quote, and admitted, quote, "I was a rapist, but I'm not anymore," close quote, especially since he's been caught. Dominique was arrested in December 2020 after police seized his electronics while investigating him for filming up the skirts of 3 women. Dominique said he had been drugging Giselle and filming the rapes for nearly a decade from 2011 to 2020. Dominique has always denied drugging and abusing his daughter. Giselle had no idea about the rapes until police told her after discovering thousands of photos and videos taken by her husband, who had documented the abuse after recruiting strangers on the internet. The rapist co-op met in a Telegraph chat room called Coco. Coco, which translates to pet, has since been shut down. However, new sites like Chat and Without Her Consent have popped up to replace it. Wait, those sites are still up and we're trying to end TikTok? Jesus. 2 people have been killed, including a child, and 68 people have been injured, 15 of whom seriously, after a car drove into a crowd at a Christmas market in the eastern German town of Magdeburg, officials say. Reinhold Hasselhoff, the premier of the state of Saxony-Anhalt, told reporters at the scene that the suspect who has been arrested was a 50-year-old Saudi citizen who arrived in Germany in 2006 and had worked as a doctor. Lars Frohmuller, a reporter for German public broadcaster MDR, told the BBC Radio 4's World Tonight he saw, quote, "blood on the floor," close quote, as well as, quote, "many doctors trying to help people keep warm and help them with their injuries," close quote. Well, all except for one Saudi doctor. He was outside of his network. United Healthcare CEO, murder suspect Luigi Mangione, appeared in federal court in New York City Thursday after waiving extradition in Pennsylvania. He faces 4 new federal charges, including murder, which could make him eligible for the death penalty. He is also facing multiple state charges. Mangione is currently being held in federal prison. There is no word as yet as to when he will appear in Manhattan criminal court or if he will accept J.D. Vance's invitation to attend the Trump-Musk inauguration. The House approved legislation to avert a government shutdown hours before the deadline on Friday, sending the bill to the Senate for consideration after a whirlwind week on Capitol Hill. The chamber voted 366 to 34 to 1 in support of the legislation, clearing the 2/3 threshold needed for passage, since GOP leadership brought the bill to the floor under the fast-track suspension of the rules process. All Democrats, except for one, Representative Jasmine Crockett, who batted present, joined 170 Republicans in voting yes. Republicans scrapped the original bipartisan spending bill under pressure from Trump and Musk. Mike Johnson needed help from the Democrats to get the bill to pass. Don't get too excited, though. They're still Republicans. They haven't stopped trying to fuck us. They just couldn't do it with everyone watching. Performance anxiety. Senate Minority Whip John Thune told reporters that the upper chamber could move on the continuing resolution on Friday. Lawmakers are staring down a midnight deadline. In lieu of the debt ceiling hike that Musk and Trump wanted, Republicans entered into an agreement to increase the borrowing limit by $1.5 trillion in exchange for $2.5 trillion in net cuts to spending, done through a reconciliation package in the next Congress. And they're back. The U.S. Supreme Court has agreed to hear last-ditch legal arguments from TikTok as to why it should not be banned or sold in the U.S. TikTok plans on using the, quote, Trump likes us now, we gave him money, close quote, defense. The U.S. government is taking action against the app because of what it says are its links to the Chinese state, links which TikTok and its parent company, ByteDance, have denied. The Supreme Court justices did not act on a request by TikTok for an emergency injunction against the law, but it will instead allow TikTok and ByteDance to make their case on January 10th, 9 days before the ban is due to take effect. TikTok should have given the money to Thomas, Alito, and Roberts. Amazon workers began a strike Thursday in Skokie. Strikes are also happening at an Amazon warehouse in San Francisco and 5 other delivery stations, 3 in Southern California, 1 in Maspeth, Queens, in New York City, and 1 in Atlanta. Amazon says it doesn't expect any impact on its operations during what the union calls the largest strike against the company in U.S. history. Their streaming services will not be affected, and by streaming, they mean no pee breaks for employees. The strike was deliberately authorized in the midst of the busy holiday delivery season nationwide for a reason, with the Teamsters Union pushing the company for a contract. Amazon is suing the National Labor Relations Board on the grounds that the NLRB has no constitutional authority to do anything. Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos met with President-elect Donald Trump and his boss, Elon Musk, at Mar-a-Lago. While the actual details of the meeting are not known, it is believed to have had a happy ending. The U.S. Senate voted overwhelmingly for an $895 billion bill setting policy for the Pentagon on Wednesday, despite the inclusion of a controversial provision on transgender medical care for minors. The 100-member Senate backed the National Defense Authorization Act, or NDAA, by 85-14. Since it passed the House of Representatives last week, approval sends it to the White House, where the bill's congressional supporters say President Biden is expected to sign it into law. This will be yet another transformative law signed by Biden. Then, bye-bye, Biden. Health officials on Wednesday confirmed the first known severe illness in the United States caused by bird flu, seen here upside down. There, that's better. And California's governor declared a state of emergency as the virus rampages through dairy cattle in that state before it rampages through your digestive system in your state. A person in Louisiana is hospitalized in critical condition with severe respiratory symptoms caused by a bird flu infection, state health officials said. The person, who is over 65 and has underlying medical conditions, had been in contact with sick and dead birds in a backyard flock. It's the first human case in the United States linked to exposure to backyard birds, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. But the Biden administration will do what it can to keep it under control before the Trump administration uses it to attack U.S. citizens, just in case the military won't do it. Right now, shipping services are slammed across the country as the holiday rush enters its final week. However, in Indianapolis, people claim their packages are getting stuck at the new United States Postal Service distribution hub off Brookville Road. For information, this is a stock photo. This person may not have anything to do with the mail backup. For the last week, complaints have filled social media with customers asking, quote, "What's going on?" close quote. So is it a staffing shortage? Is it logistical challenges? The Postal Service won't say. In a statement only saying, quote, "Through the substantial progress the Postal Service has made under its 10-year Delivering for America plan, a $40 billion investment aimed at modernizing and reinvigorating the organization, the United States Postal Service is meeting the challenge of the year's peak surge in mail and package volume with expanded processing capabilities, optimized transportation strategies, enhanced operational precision, and the dedication of employees nationwide," close quote. When asked for more information specifically about the Indianapolis distribution hub, the spokesperson said, "I won't have anything to add to the statement." Or, "Whoa?" The mail delay is frustrating people like Fort Wayne, Indiana-based comedian Stephen the Sitcom Ortiz, who will be performing at Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown, New York on January 24th with Tony Walker of Knock 'em Dead Comedy, Ron Kane of Ron Kane Productions, and G.D. Fenderson, certified forensic humorist. What is being called the Fresh Brewed Comedy Show. Stephen is still waiting on his custom-made mic holder, which attaches to his wheelchair, freeing up his hands while he performs comedy. Stephen's package was due to be delivered on December 9th. His package is 24 inches long and 4 inches in diameter and white. Humble brag. Tickets are available to see Fresh Brewed Comedy at www.governorscomedyclub.com. And finally, Judge Merchan ruled Monday against a bid by President-elect Donald Trump to have his conviction for covering up hush money payments to a porn star thrown out on immunity grounds, technically election interference. Monday's ruling raises the prospect that Trump could become the first president to enter the White House with a felony conviction. Let this be a beacon to felons everywhere. If you are denied a job at McDonald's because of a felony conviction or because you have been credibly accused of rape, don't give up. Run for public office. Judge Merchan, in the only criminal case against Trump that has gone to trial, has indefinitely postponed Trump's sentencing at a hearing on November 22nd. Talk about our season finale cliffhangers. A Georgia appellate court on Thursday disqualified Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis and removed her from prosecuting Donald Trump and co-defendants in a case she brought over his efforts to overturn the 2020 election. The DA's office did not immediately respond to a request for comment, but filed a notice that it plans to appeal the ruling to the Georgia Supreme Court. The appellate court said, quote, "While we recognize that an appearance of impropriety generally is not enough to support disqualification, this is the rare case in which disqualification is mandated," close quote. In other words, while Judge McAfee's decision was legally correct, it was not politically satisfying. It did not go far enough to protect Trump, so they will. The appellate court is making new law to protect an old brand of criminal, the affluent politician, aka apparent Klan-affiliated Trump. People in the media often talk about the guardrails that are in place to contain Trump. Well, the guards have come off the rails. It is up to us, the people, to be the guardrails. Thanks to Citizens United, Elon Musk has bought a presidency and is on the verge of buying a government. We may not be able to match his money, but as United Citizens, we can outmatch Citizens United. Call your elected officials and bug the fuck out of them, especially if you're in a red state. You need to push back against the Musk-Trump administration. We are our last hope. To quote Commander Taggart, never give up, never surrender. If you know who your representative is, but you are unable to contact them using their contact form, the clerk of the House maintains addresses and phone numbers of all House members and committees, or you may call 202-224-3121 for the United States House Switchboard operator, or use the website pictured below. I'm G.D. Fenderson, Certified Forensic Humorist, now with New Joke Technology. Thank you for watching Critical Joke Theory, where our motto is, I purport, you decide. If you enjoyed it, please like and share it. And please check out Dumb Way Past Funny on YouTube, Knob TV, and Spark TV. Also watch The Church of Last Resort, streaming live on Sundays on YouTube at 9 a.m. Eastern. And please, if you're in Hanover, PA, on July 11th, come out to see me in Judgmental with Queen Elizabeth Croydon. And on January 24th in Levittown, New York at Governor's Comedy Club with Tony Walker, Stephen Ortiz, and Ron Kane. Tickets for Fresh Brewed Comedy are available now at governorscomedyclub.com. Be safe out there, and don't feed the crazies. Critical Joke Theory with your host, G.D. Fenderson, Certified Forensic Humorist. Now with New Joke Technology.